Let's bring in former Energy Secretary and UN Ambassador Bill Richardson. He has traveled to North Korea 8 times, troubleshooting diplomatic issues there, secured the release of 3 Americans in the past, and he also has met directly with Kim Jong-Un's father, also opened communications with the current regime to secure the release of Otto Warmbier. Secretary Richardson, it's good to have you. We got your whole resume in there. You really are the perfect person to talk to because you've actually negotiated with North Koreans. What should the president expect?
Well, first, he should take Kim Jong-Un aside. The North Koreans don't negotiate across negotiating tables. He should expect Kim Jong-Un to be focused, relentless, well-prepared. And what the North Koreans never do is they never say yes. If you make a proposal to them, they don't compromise. They don't think like we do. They try to outlast you. So I think the president needs to substantively on the nuclear issue, on the missile issue, on the human rights issues, on the normalization issues, be very, very focused and try to pinpoint them because the North Koreans try to slip away from most of their agreement. You
just said that the North Koreans are shrewd, very prepared. The president has said for him it's more about his own touch and feel. What do you think of that? Does that concern you, or do you think actually that might work?
Well, it concerns me because, you know, as a former diplomat, you have to be totally prepared. You have to know the issues. You have to listen to your Secretary of State, your advisors. President doesn't seem to do that a lot. My worry is that the president is going to let Kim Jong-un slip away, not focus on timelines. I think for the denuclearization issue, the most important thing is verification. Finding ways to make sure that the North Koreans comply with their agreements, that they discuss their inventory, disclose it. Where is all the nuclear and missiles?
Well, that's the thing, because as you know better than anyone else, we've made deals before with the North Koreans and they cheated. So how do you make sure you're not getting that situation again?
Well, one of the problems in the past deals is that we didn't have enough inspectors. We have to get inspectors out there. We have to get them to disclose where their missile and nuclear sites are. We have to find ways to make sure that their timelines. This agreement may be 2 to 3 years, but most importantly, verification, inspectors, timeline.
Bottom line, do you think this was a good move for the president to meet face-to-face with Kim Jong-un? I mean, in some sense, it's a freebie because that's something they've wanted, just the meeting alone, the optics alone. On the other hand, all the old diplomacy, and that didn't work in the past, so where do you come down on it?
Well, I come down supporting the president. I want him to succeed, but I worry. In the past, the North Koreans have always wanted a meeting with the President of the United States. They got it. So we made a major concession. Now it's up to them to make concessions. I just hope the president doesn't forget about human rights issues, about issues relating to our soldiers, our remains of our soldiers from the Korean War. Bring them home to their families. Help the Japanese with the abduction issue. But also do something about the North Korean people. Many live in a gulag. Also normalize relations, maybe set up separate embassies. It's good for countries to talk together. Hotlines, normalization. Everything's focused on the nuclear issue. That's the most important issue. The North Koreans have to find ways to destroy their nuclear weapons, their missiles, set up a schedule for that to happen. It's a big risk gamble, but it's worth it. But I'm worried. I worry.
All right. Well, you'll probably be worrying for the next 12 to 15 hours or longer. Former Ambassador Bill Richardson, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.